Okay, we have finally finished the chicken coop, and I just want to run through everything again because I know it's been a long time. It took me longer than expected, and the last 20% probably took 80% of the time. But if you can remember, this is the chicken coop, and it looks a little bit different because we're trying to do some different things. So the first thing is this metal roof, and what this metal roof does is that it captures the rainwater, throws it down into the gutter, and right now it's winter, even though it's 65 degrees in Colorado, so I unhooked it. Basically what this is going to do is we're going to funnel the rainwater into their chicken coop, and in their chicken coop there's going to be a gutter where they can drink out of, and then after that it's going to come through a hose system down here, and it's going to replenish this garden with water. So this water is going to make lettuce for them, and then they're going to eat it, and then they're going to make eggs, and then we're going to have the eggs. So it's going to be a little self-sustaining system. So that's the first thing, water. The second thing is heat. So you'll notice that this chicken coop has a stone wall and a plexiglass in front of it. And the reason for that is because it's south facing, and it has a nice overhang, right? So in the summer it gets hot, and in the summer the sun is very high up in the sky. So this overhang protects this wall from getting overheated, and the sun just goes down in the ground. But in the winter the sun's low. So as you can see, the sun is hitting this wall. And stone has a natural property where it will store heat and then release it when it's colder. So right now it's storing all the heat from the sun, and then later on at night it's going to release it. So let's go to the inside and see how that works with the layout. Alright chickens, you guys are going to have to move. So the first thing before we go inside, we have this nifty door. And this door has a couple different features. One is it has a winter access so that all the heat doesn't escape. And behind here, there's a little hook. Yeah, guys. Yeah. They just love it. So this hook hooks up to this door so that it doesn't blow shut. This we keep open if we let them open in the winter, just by some rocks. And actually one of the coolest design features is one of the simplest, I think, is this concrete block. So not only does this concrete block act as a stepping ladder for him to go in, how perfect is that? But also at night when we shut it, so I shut this door, and then I lock it in, and then I simply flip up this concrete block, and it acts as a raccoon deterrent. So then the raccoons can't get in. We've caught them once trying to open this door. This just makes it a little bit harder for them to get into. With no fancy gizmos. The second thing that's cool about this door is that there's a window. Two, the large part opens, and that opens so that we can get in there and clean it. And when this gate is shut, and we have them inside, we can use this hook, and this hook hooks up right to the gate, so then it doesn't blow shut either. You guys want to get back in? So what's also cool is that when we want to clean this out, I had this elevated on blocks, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, I can put a little pail under here and I can clean out all their droppings. And all their droppings normally come from when they're sleeping. And if you zoom in, honey, you can see the pole that they perch on. So if you don't have chickens, what they like to do is they like to perch up at night, and they perch right here, which is great because this is where the stone wall is. So the stone wall will release the heat at night, and it'll go right to where they're sleeping, perched up. And then they'll have their droppings, and then we can, clean those out, and then we can take them over to the garden. The next thing, if you switch spots with me and look on the inside, is they like to lay eggs on as high as they can. So we built that up there so that they can lay the eggs up there. And then the other thing is when chickens eat, they like to scratch around. So what we did is basically we elevated their food so that when they're scratching, they won't get all the dirt and all the hay in there. And then we're also going to get a water feeder. What's he doing? Oh, he's eating. That we have a place where we can elevate it too. The other thing that we have, whoa, just to make sure that they're warm. Hey guy. So that we have a little gauge in here, and this sends temperature information to the inside so I can tell how warm and how cold it's getting, just so I can see that the house is working. And actually before, I had the stone wall and everything placed up in this plexiglass. And what this plexiglass does, that you'll see, that I have right in front of there, is that at night, the heat won't go to the outside and release. It'll stay on this side and migrate this way. But basically, it's allowed the chicken coop to be 10 to 15 degrees warmer at night than the outside air. So I'm monitoring the outside air, and then I'm monitoring the inside of the chicken coop. The next thing about heat, here guys, is that you want to make sure it doesn't escape. And how we did that is we built a straw bale wall back here. So this is a straw bale wall surrounded in stucco. And stucco is just essentially concrete. And you are so noisy. And the stucco is one of the best natural insulators there are. So we use a natural material just to see how it works, and it works out pretty well. The last thing about this, unless I'm forgetting anything, is that we made a little area for them. Oh, the last thing about heat. You can see that we elevated the chicken coop on concrete blocks, just simple concrete blocks. And that's in the summer. If you come down here, you can see that they go under there in the summer, and then that's where they hide from the sun. So it's very cool down there, and they love to hang out in the summer. And then when I was building this, apparently they made a chicken henge. No one knows how they made it, but they put it up themselves. They even put up some concrete blocks. Annie and I go and sit there and talk to them and feed them food, and they love it. So anyways, that's the chicken coop. I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys later.